Hi and welcome to Old School Blues Guitar. We are going through Lightning Hopkins's Airplane Blues, and this is the acoustic lesson for July and August 2016. First lesson we looked at the introduction. Second lesson we looked at some of the variations that he plays with each verse. Now we're going to finish up by taking a look at the two guitar breaks and the end tag. The first guitar break, which is really pretty short, goes something like this. Play that real smoothly. I'm just learning this, and the timing and all that is really pretty cool on this. He starts out with a double stop, the E7 double stop. So our E double stop, which we used in the introduction, is down here. Move it up, we have an E7. My first finger is on the 10th fret of the first string. My ring finger is on the 12th fret of the second string. So he does this. And it sounds like he's taking his fingers off completely and hitting the open first and second strings twice. So like this. And then comes down here and just 3rd fret of the first string, open. So the whole first part. Kind of different. There we go, like that. And then he's going to come into this. And you got to listen to it. I can't get the rhythm in my mind exactly how he plays this melody, but it sounds like he's sliding maybe from way down here to the 12th fret of the second string, and then 10th fret of the first string, 12th fret of the 12th fret of the 10th fret of the first string, 12th fret of the first string, so like this, and then back to the 12th fret of the second string, and then he's going to go 10th fret of the second string, 8th fret of the second string, 9th fret of the third string, and then slide it down. So and then open second string, 2nd fret of the third string, hammer on 1st fret of the 3rd string, 2nd fret of the 4th string, and he's back into the E. Something like that. I don't have that perfectly, but that's the idea and where he's playing it. And then he finishes it up with one of these double stops. That's the end of the guitar break. Let me play it for you real slow one time and just kind of walk through it. Then he goes into the verse. So without the bass, let me just play it. That's what I'm pretty sure he's playing. So give that a listen and see if you can figure it out. Got it tabbed out the best I can, but it's kind of tricky, the timing, the way he does this. This is true for both the first and second breaks that he does. Now the second guitar break is similar, but he does some really totally different licks. So let me see if I can play this through. This one's got some tricky timing too. through, but if I go through slowly, I can show you what's going on. And again, I don't know this song, haven't played it. I want to play it, it's a cool song. So the first part's pretty simple, double stops. So he starts out, he's going back and forth between the E7 and the E double stop. So he starts out, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then so that's the first parts, and then the whole time he's keeping the bass going on the open 6th string. And then it's an open 5th string. And this is the timing part. It's open, and then he's going to slide from the 5th to the 6th fret on the 3rd string and get the 2nd string at the 5th fret. And this timing it's 7, 6, 5 on the 1st string, and then just quickly open, and then 1, 2, 3 on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Let me see if I can do it. I just haven't played this enough to get this timing. So it's, and then he hits another open 5th string, and then he plays a little different timing there. So the second time through it, the first time through it's, and the second time through, into our familiar lick. So that part is the hardest, to me it's the hardest part to get that timing. Actually almost got it there, but without the bass. So when he's playing this, he's playing over the 4, so you got to keep the open monotonic bass. And if I listen carefully, it doesn't sound like he's keeping the bass going. It's more like, and then he brings the bass back in. You can listen to that and do what you want. It's almost easier. That part is by far the hardest. And then, as he wraps up the song, he does this really cool lick on the B7. And he's bending, he's doing the same thing he did over the 1, the E lick, remember this? Now he's doing it over the 5, which is the B. And how do you know where to play that lick? If that's the 2nd position bar chord, a B, you'll find that lick right there. So I've got my first finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret 1st string, and my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string bending it. And then he's going to get an open 2nd string, so it's, and on that 3rd bend, he's going to let it go. And it sounds, I think I hear him going back to that B7th chord. Just briefly. Like that. So one more time. And then he does this. To wrap it up, and it's a hammer-on onto the 2nd fret of the 2nd string with an open 1st string, and that's the lead-in part. And then he's going to go 3, 2, 0 on the 1st string, same thing on the 2nd string, so it's like this. One more time slowly. And then he's going to hammer on first fret of the third string, open second string, second fret of the second string, third fret of the second string, which is really kind of an E7th. So he ends the song on the E7th. So that whole last sequence from the B and that is the end for Lightning Hopkins' Airplane Blues. So you get the 2 guitar breaks, plus you get the little end tag at the end. Again, this part, if you can get the timing on that, good for you. I mean, that's hard. I'm going to work on that. But that's, the timing wise, that's probably the trickiest part of the whole thing. And otherwise, his guitar breaks, these solos. Kind of neat stuff in there. That's it. Lightning Hopkins, that's about all the licks that I can think of in Airplane Blues. If I missed any, then using what I showed you, you should be able to figure it out. But that is a really cool slow blues in E, and a lot of the classic Lightning licks and ideas, plus some that I hadn't heard before until I heard that song. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. Corrections, I can always reshoot these videos if I find something I did wrong. And I'm trying to learn this stuff too, so if you see anything that I didn't see or did wrong, I'd like to know about it. Don't worry about criticism. I like that. That's how you learn, as long as it's constructive and not mean-spirited. I'll be back in another month or two with another acoustic lesson. I've got quite a few requests that I'm going to try to get to, and I will see you then.